Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video. I have a special guest. This is Mendy Kahanov. It's our grandson, Esti and Velvel's son, Mendy. He is absolutely adorable. And he is here to join you in today's Parsha video. So this week, right? This week's Parsha is Vayechi. Vayechi means, and he lived. Yaakov lived in Egypt for 17 years. The last 17 years of his life, he lived in Egypt. And actually, 17 is the gematria of Tov. He loves to pull my beard. Tov means good. It was the best years of his life. Just like the best thing is to hold this little munchkin. Anyway, so the Torah tells us how Yaakov called Yosef. He says, Yosef, come on over and bring your boys. Yosef had two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. And Ephraim and Manasseh come along, and Yaakov is already getting older. He can't see as well. He's well over 100 years old. And Yaakov says to Yosef, I want to bless you. And he says, God who answered me and brought me to this day, may he send his angel and bless the young boys, and they should multiply and grow and be fruitful in the land, and so on. Hamalach hagoelosi, the angel that redeemed me from all bad, he bless your children. And the obvious question is, wait a second. Yaakov said he was blessing Yosef. He then goes on to bless Ephraim and Manasseh, Yosef's children. Where's the blessing to Yosef? He's blessing Manasseh and Ephraim. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's great. But what about the blessing to Yosef? The message, my friends, is very clear and obvious. Or maybe not so obvious. Yaakov is at the end of his life. What made the last 17 years of his life in Egypt the best years of his life? When he saw Yosef in Egypt raising two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, who were following in his footsteps, he said, aha, now I've done something right. This is special. The blessing to Yosef is that his children will continue on. That is a blessing to Yosef. It's not just a blessing to Ephraim and Manasseh. As Yaakov is at the end of his life, he has clarity. And what's important? You know, friends, in Judaism, we bury people in shrouds, simple shrouds. We don't use. It's not a tradition to bury people in suits and fancy things. We just bury them in shrouds, a simple white cloth. There are no pockets in those shrouds. We don't take anything with us. You never saw a hearse towing a U-Haul. You don't take it with you. All the gold, the silver, all the fancy things in life, they don't come with us. What we have is what we leave behind in our legacy. The Ephraim and Manasseh, those two children of Yosef, they would be the legacy of Yaakov. And this young man is doing a great job. Now, let me share a little bit more about today. Is Asoda B'Teves, the 10th day of Teves. It is very unusual that it's a fast day on a Friday, but today is a fast day. There are 6 fast days in the Jewish calendar. One is mandated by the Torah, that's Yom Kippur, and the others are mandated by the rabbis and the prophets. And today is the 10th of Teves. The 10th of Teves is, yes, when the Babylonians laid siege on Jerusalem during the first temple, led to the destruction of the first temple about 2,500 years ago. And it's a fast day. The fast ends after Shabbat begins at nightfall. So we're very careful that as soon as the fast is over, we eat right away because we don't want to feel hungry on Shabbos. Shabbos, their pleasure. So today is a bit of a mournful kind of day. We remember the tragedy of the destruction of the first temple, and we pray for it to be rebuilt. We pray for a world of peace, for the coming of Mashiach. And with that, I wish you a good Shabbos.